Hi dear friends. So we were discussing about the chapter More on PowerPoint Presentation 2007. In this chapter already we have discussed about few options like the options available in ribbon, the display facilities that we are getting, and also what is the transition, what is animation, how we can edit these two things. All these points we have learned, and also we have understood that what are the add effect buttons or the extra buttons which we can use with animation buttons and also with the transitions options. Let us move to our next session, and today we will discuss about mainly two things. First one is table, second one is smart art. Tables and smart art. So the first thing is tables. Why we're using tables? Actually, tables are the best method to indicate something in an arranged manner, in an arranged way. So simply we can say that a table is a group of cells arranged in rows and columns. So in our table we will have both columns and rows. Then in this area we can type the data, and also we can have the column header, row header, all these things. Then tables are mainly used to present numerical data or any information in a clear and organized way, so that you can type the numbers there, special symbols or characters there. Then you can type your name there, your address, any time, any date, anything you can enter inside our table. Then how we can insert a table into our PowerPoint presentation. So here we have the steps. So before illustrating the item, we will just go through the steps. Step 1 means click on the insert tab. Click on the insert tab. So we are going to the insert tab. Yeah, please place the insert tab, guys. Where is it? Please locate the insert tab. Yes, here it is insert tab. So inside the insert tab, we will have a group. A group. What is its name? You can see here the name is tables group. Tables group. And inside the tables group, you have to click on the option called a table. Table. Actually, it is known as a table drop down arrow because under this option we can have a drop down arrow mark, a bottom arrow mark is there. So this is known as drop down arrow mark. So whenever we are clicking on that option, we can see few boxes are there. So these all are the columns and rows available. So you just need to hover. What do you mean by hover? You just need to go over to that data, go over to that boxes. So hover. So we have to hover the mouse pointer over the cells. So how many cells we need? So in this steps you can see 4 columns and 5 rows. 4 columns and 5 rows. So 4 columns. Then we are finding the 5 rows, and also just top of that boxes you can see 4 into 5 table. 4 into 5, that means 4 by 5 table. 4 rows will be there, sorry, 4 columns will be there and 5 rows will be there. And just you need to click on that option, then your table will be appeared on your screen, on your slide. Then now I am just clicking on that option, then I'll get that table here. Now I am not clicking there because I need a next slide for that. Here you can see the datas are here. Okay, only the datas I have entered there. So after that what I can do, I can go to the insert tab, inside that tables group, then table option. From that we can choose a 4 by 5 table. 4 by 5 table, and the table is coded in this area. So I am just placing it to this area, and now you can see these all are the columns which we have. Column number 1. Then column number, come on, 2. Column number 3. Column number 4. And what about the row numbers? This is row number 1. Then row number 2. Row number 3. Row number 4. Row number, yes, 5. So this is our 4 by 5 table which we have created. The column number is 4 and row number is 5. And inside this already we have entered few numbers, and also we can type few names. And if you need to enter any date you need to enter any date, then you can place it like this. You can place any date here, and if you need to enter any time, then you can enter the time also. Then if you need to enter any address, you can add that address inside our cell. If you need to enter any age, you need to enter any age, then you can enter that age also here. So we can enter any data inside this portion, and also we can use some kind of special symbols inside this portion. So these all are the things which we can enter inside our table. So in your textbook there is an example for our table. So I have created a similar table in this first portion. You can see this is our table which I have created. So in the column header area you can see the first column header is class, then cricket, badminton, football. Then we have the rows like 5th, class 5, class 6, 7, then 8. And those who will play, the number of students who will play cricket, the number was actually in 5th it was 12, 6th it was 15, 7th 12, 8th 23. And those who are playing badminton in 5th, that is 32, in 6th 20, 7th 12, in 8th 0. And those who are playing football in the class 5 is 14, 6th 22, 7th 42, 8th 23. So this is a simple table, simple example which we have seen in our textbook. Then in the case of tables, we have one more method to create the table. Let us check what is that method. So you have to go to insert tab. Again we are going to tables group. From there we have to choose the option, the drop down option table. From that the method we have learned is just hovering to these boxes and we can choose a particular column number and row number. One more thing is that is draw table with your choice. Okay, that option is known as insert table. What is the benefit of this area is actually you can fix any number. You can fix any column number or row number in this area. If you are hovering that boxes, it is limited. Its size is little bit limited. So if you want something more, like if you need a 25 by 25 cells, 25 by 25 table you need, then you can place it like this. So this is the table which we have created with the help of which option? Come on, which option? Insert table. You can see this is the option insert table, so that easily we can insert the table in this slide. And after inserting any table, you will get two more tabs. What are they? First one is design. so that you can choose any designs from this area. Okay, and you can fix any shading, any border effect, anything you can fix. Next tab which we got by this table is layout. Layout, so that we can edit our table with our customized needs. And these two options, these two tabs are coming under the table tools, the option table tools. So two more tabs will be there after selecting any table, that are design tab and layout tab. Design tab and layout tab. So this is the table which we have created with the help of the option insert table. Insert table. Okay. Okay, then inside the table, we can have few shortcut methods. You have to use the keyboard. No need to use any mouse, no need to use any extra keys. So we can move inside our table with the help of few shortcut methods. So the first method is to move to the next cell. To move to the next cell, you can use tab key. Tab key. In your keyboard, tab key is placed on the left area. On the left area, tab key. Then the next shortcut method will be to move to the previous cell. To the previous cell, tab plus shift key is used. Tab plus shift key is used. Currently I am taking a cell from here and I need to go to the next cell. Then I am using tab key. You can see I have changed it. Look at this. Yeah, the cell selection is moving. And if I need to go back, what is the key? Shift plus tab. Is it moving to back? Yes, it is moving to back. Then we have one more option. To move in the table, you can use the arrow keys. Arrow keys. Currently we have chosen this first box, first cell, and I am using the down arrow like this. You can see currently it is on 2, 3, 4. Now I am using the right key. It is shifted. After that I am using the top key. Then I am using the left key. It is reached to the number 1. So these all keys we can use. To move to the next cell, you can use tab key. To move back or move to the previous cell, you can use tab plus shift key. To move inside our table, we can use the 4 arrow mark keys. To the right, to the left, to the top and to the bottom. Then these all were our shortcut methods. Then the next thing is adding smart art. Adding smart art. One can understand a topic when it is explained using graphics. If I am giving you a very big paragraph and I am explaining the points of PowerPoint only through that document, then it will be very difficult to understand. Even if I am also very much tired and after that I am not interested in looking to that. But if you are making any kind of presentation with a smart art, with the diagrams, with the charts, with representations, then we will easily understand the things and also we will have a correct viewpoint to our presentation. So in PowerPoint, the smart art features help you to add graphics to your presentation. It allows you to visually communicate the information properly to the audience, so that if you are preparing for any kind of presentation, you will get the help from smart art in a better way. In a better way. So let us check how we can insert a smart art inside our PowerPoint presentation. So the first step is just click on the insert tab. So if you need to insert anything, it may be a picture, it may be an image, it may be a smart art, clip art, shape, anything. All things are inserting. So these everything can be done only with the help of the tab called insert tab. So now we are moving to the tab insert. Then what is the next step? Step number 2. In the illustrations group, click on the Smart Art command. So illustration groups, that is the third group which we have. So inside that we have to select the option Smart Art. Smart Art. And inside that you have to choose a particular Smart Art graphic. Inside that you have to choose a particular Smart Art graphic. So I am clicking on this option Smart Art. Then I can see the Smart Art graphic. All is there, list is there, process, cycle, hierarchy, relationship, matrix, pyramid, picture. All these are the Smart Art graphics which we can see in this area. So currently I am going to the option, the Smart Art graphic option, cycle. So after choosing that option, I can get the different type of cycles there. So from this I am choosing basic cycle. We have many more options like a text cycle, block cycle, non-directional cycle. Many more type of cycles are there. So I am choosing the first cycle, that is basic cycle. After choosing that option, I'll get a viewpoint of this cycle in this area, basic cycle. And you can see the data, what is actually basic cycle. Used to represent a continuing sequence of stages, tasks, or events in a circular flow. Emphasizes the stages or steps rather than the connecting arrows or flow. Works best with level 1 text only. So it is representing a continuing sequence. A continuous procedure will be represented inside our basic cycle. So after that I am choosing a cycle like this. If you want to enter the text, enter any data. In the round circles we have the data like a text. At that area you can type your things. So currently I am using few words like A, B, here I am using C, here D, here E. So this is I have used A, B, C, D, only this much. So this is the Smart Art which I have created. And after that if you want to edit this, then you can edit from this side itself. If you want to edit from this side, then you can also do the same. You can do the same. And also you can add things. Just simply you just need to enter. Enter key is used for adding the number of nodes. And also you can remove it. So this is the easiest method for inserting a Smart Art. And after that if you don't want this, then you can click on that Smart Art and you can click on the button delete in your keyboard. Delete. Then after that we have gone to the cycle. So many more options were there. The types of Smart Art is actually coming in the categories like a list, process, cycle, hierarchy, relationship, matrix, pyramid. So why we are using these all things? When it is used, list. Information block is not to be followed in a particular sequence. It is not in the correct sequence, a correct order. It can be listed in a random order. Next is process. Information block is to be followed in a particular sequence, such as a flow chart and sequential steps in a process. That means you have to follow some rules. You have to follow some kind of step-by-step manner. A sequential order will be there, like our flowchart method. In the case of a flowchart, we have to start from the beginning session itself. Okay, so this is an example for process. Next one is cycle. Information blocks is in the form of a cycle with no start and no end. There is no any starting point and also no any end point. Such as a life cycle of anything. You can see the biological life cycles of things, the electronical life cycles of things, then water cycle. Everything is coming under this category, cycle. Next is hierarchy. Information block is in the form of a relationship between people working in an institution or an organization, such as a school. Hierarchy. Hierarchy means at the top node we will have our principal. After that we will have the vice principal, then HMs and all. Then we will have the category called teachers, and under that we will have the student list. In 6th A, this is the class teacher, these much students are learning in that class. In 6th B, this is the class teacher, this much students are learning in that class. These are all their names. So this is a kind of hierarchy. Next one is relationship. Information blocks are to be compared with something else. Okay, relationship means it will compare the nodes. The next one is matrix. Different information blocks are to be related to a whole or central concept. Just like our main switch in our home. Everywhere in our home, everywhere in our rooms, we have the switch. We have the switch facility to control our fan, light, computer, TV, anything. But the main control will be in our main switch. Main switch. So this is a kind of central control concept. Next is pyramid. Information is about proportional relationships. Like relationship was the comparison, and in the case of pyramid, it is just the mixing of hierarchy and relationships. Then we can see one example for the cycle here, and if you need to edit it, how we can edit? We can just click there, we can type our data there. So this is the method to edit our data, and also we can edit, we can add or delete the nodes properly. Okay then friends, so this much for this session. Today I'm asking you two questions. My first question is, what are the steps to insert a table in a PowerPoint presentation? What are the steps to insert a table in a PowerPoint presentation? My next question is, you can see the dash and dash tabs only when you select the Smart Art graphic. In the case of the Smart Art, whenever we are clicking on the Smart Art option, we are getting two more tabs. My question is about that.